What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. This next video is going to be part 2 of my most anticipated movies of 2016 list. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. So, the month of April, the first movie coming out that I'm looking forward to the most is another comedy. And I'm actually interested in this movie because of the names. And this movie comes out April 1st, and it's called Keeping Up with the Joneses. It's got brand names in it. Jon Hamm is in the movie. Jon Hamm, of course, is the star of Mad Men. He was the star of one of the major stars of Mad Men. Zach Galifianakis, you may very well know him as the I forget the name of the character, but he was in the Hangover movies. Alan, I think it was his name. Isla Fisher and Gal Gadot. Isla Fisher and Zach Galifianakis, Jon Hamm, and Isla Fisher actually are the three I'm looking forward to the most, definitely. But Keeping Up with the Joneses, definitely. The plot of this movie reads like this: a suburban couple becomes embroiled in an international espionage plot when they discover that their seemingly perfect new neighbors are government spies. It's going to be very interesting to see because you can assume that Jon Hamm, Zach Galifianakis, Gal Gadot, and Isla Fisher are all going to be the two of them are going to be the suburban couple, and two of them are going to be the government spy neighbors. It doesn't say who, but the perfect scenario would be Galifianakis and Fisher as the suburban couple, and Hamm and Gadot as the government spy couple. That would be very interesting for sure. And that pairing would definitely work. But we'll have to see how that goes off, how that comes along. I am definitely looking forward to Keeping Up with the Joneses. Let's see here. The next movie I'm looking forward to is coming out April 8th, and that movie's called The Boss. It is the next Melissa McCarthy comedy. I like Melissa McCarthy quite a bit. Her movie Spy last year was a good comedy. I really did enjoy Spy quite a bit. But The Boss is a new one, and the plot reads like this. The story follows Michelle Darnell, a titan of industry who is sent to prison after she's convicted of insider trading. When she emerges ready to rebrand herself as America's latest sweetheart, not everyone she screwed over is so quick to forgive and forget. Some other notable names in this movie: Kristen Bell, Peter Dinklage, and Kathy Bates, as well as some others. So, I'm looking forward to the movie. I saw a trailer of it. It looked pretty funny to me. I'm definitely interested. Another movie that's coming out April 8th is a drama, Demolition. This stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Naomi Watts. Also, Chris Cooper's in the movie as well. Chris Cooper's been in a lot of different films, The Patriot being one of them. Naomi Watts has been in a lot of films, and Jake Gyllenhaal's an A-list star. Prisoners is a good movie with him. Watch Prisoners. Prisoners is awesome. Came out a few years ago, 2013. But anyway, Demolition looks very interesting, and I saw a trailer of it, and the plot reads like this. Davis, who's played by Jake Gyllenhaal, a successful investment banker, struggles after losing his wife in a tragic car crash. Despite pressure from his father-in-law, Phil, played by Chris Cooper, to pull it together, Davis continues to unravel. What starts as a complaint letter to a vending machine company turns into a series of letters revealing startling personal admissions. Davis's letters catch the attention of customer service rep Karen, played by Naomi Watts, and amidst emotional and financial burdens of her own, the two form an unlikely connection. With the help of Karen and her son Chris, played by Judah Lewis, Davis starts to rebuild, beginning with the demolition of the life he once knew. From what I saw with the trailers, like I said, I'm looking forward to this movie. So, Demolition. Next movie on the list is one I'm definitely, because I'm a history buff, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. And that is Elvis and Nixon. It's a comedy drama. You have Michael Shannon playing Elvis, and Kevin Spacey, I believe, is going to play Nixon. I am fascinated by this movie. This is based on a true story. It focuses on... There was a 1970 meeting between these two men at the White House. So, I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's a comedy, so I'm definitely willing to laugh. For sure, Kevin Spacey's a very talented actor. I've seen Michael Shannon in movies before. He was in Man of Steel. And he was great as General Zod in Man of Steel. But yeah, Elvis and Nixon, I'm definitely looking forward to. Next movie. And the next movie is the third in a series of movies in the franchise. And the first two movies I have not seen yet, but I want to at some point, and I want to see this third movie as well. And that is the next Barbershop movie, The Next Cut, starring Ice Cube, Cedric the Entertainer's in it, as he was in the first two. Nicki Minaj is in the movie, Regina Hall, Eve, Common. So, Barbershop The Next Cut is actually one I want to see, but I gotta see the first two movies first. Before. I own one of them on DVD. I think it's the first one, if I'm not mistaken. So I will definitely have to see the first two Barbershops, and then this one. And Barbershop The Next Cut is coming out April 15th. Elvis and Nixon is coming out April 15th as well. Also coming out April 15th is the movie Criminal. It's an action thriller movie, and it stars Kevin Costner. The names in this movie are unbelievable. Kevin Costner, great actor. I really like Kevin Costner. Gary Oldman, great villain. I like him as well. Tommy Lee Jones is one of my favorite actors. He's good. And Gal Gadot, another Gal Gadot movie. She's definitely putting her foot in Hollywood for sure. Hopefully she's better than what she was in the Furious movies. But anyway, the plot of the movie is the story of the right man in the wrong body. In a last-ditch effort to stop a diabolical plot, a dead CIA operative's memories, secrets, and skills are implanted into a former death row inmate in hopes that he will complete the operative's mission. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. A good action movie, you know. It, reading the plot, it kind of reminds me of Face Off, a movie that I reviewed on this channel. It starred Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, and that movie was about two people switching faces, basically, switching personalities as well. The plot just reminds me of Face Off, kind of. But, But yeah, I'm looking forward to Criminal. Next movie on the list is the live action adaptation. Now, another Disney live action adaptation. There have been a lot of them. There have been a lot of them for sure. This live action adaptation is coming out April 15th. And this is the live action adaptation of The Jungle Book. Now, they've done live action adaptations of Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent. I mean, it was kind of a spin-off of Sleeping Beauty. And they did a live action adaptation of Cinderella, which turned out to be a big success. Alice in Wonderland made a lot of money critically. There are people that didn't like it. Maleficent was kind of mixed, but Cinderella was a big success. So this will be another big screen adaptation of a Walt Disney classic. I really enjoyed The Jungle Book as a kid growing up. I watched the movie many times, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well they're going to adapt The Jungle Book into a live action format. You know? So this movie has some big talent. Bill Murray plays the bear. Baloo, I believe his name is. Ben Kingsley plays Bagheera, I believe, the panther. Idris Elba plays Shere Khan, the tiger. Scarlett Johansson plays Kaa, the snake. Christopher Walken plays King Louie, the orangutan. Some characters from the original Jungle Book animated movie. And this guy named Neil Sethi, a guy who I've never heard of before, plays Mowgli, the young boy. So The Jungle Book is coming out April 15th. Now we get into the weekend of April 22nd. And one that I'm kind of looking forward to, it is a spin-off, actually more so a prequel / sequel sort of, to an original movie, and this movie is The Huntsman Winter's War. There was a movie that came out a few years ago called Snow White and the Huntsman. It's a prequel / spin-off to that movie, Snow White and the Huntsman, and so I kind of want to see that before I see The Huntsman Winter's War. Now, this is because I saw the trailer for The Huntsman Winter's War, and I really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, and there's some brand names in this movie. Chris Hemsworth, Thor himself, Charlize Theron, Emily Blunt, and Jessica Chastain. Big names in Hollywood right now, and The Huntsman Winter's War will feature them. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see here. So that's going to be it for April. There's some other movies I see with brand name actors through the list, but through this list that have, there's a lot of brand name actors in some different movies, but I haven't really heard of the movies themselves. So I'm not going to mention them right now, but they may be anticipated later on, but I'm just going to talk about the really anticipated films. Now we get into the month of May, and the first movie in May 6th, the weekend of May 6th, I mean, this first movie is going to be a giant hit, and that is Captain America Civil War. This movie looks primed to be another big hit for Marvel. Marvel has done nothing but put out big hits at big hit after big hit. I mean, for me personally, the movies I've watched so far for Marvel have all been super good. Actually, I've reviewed 11. I've reviewed all the Marvel films so far except Ant-Man. I gotta see Ant-Man still. Every film, all but one, So, the films for Marvel that I reviewed, other than Ant-Man, except for Ant-Man, all except one, I put 5 out of 5 stars for. So that tells you how much I really enjoyed the Marvel movies. The only movie I didn't give 5 out of 5 to was The Incredible Hulk. I gave 4 out of 5 to that, so that's still very good. But Captain America Civil War. It's going to have Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. as Captain America and Iron Man, respectively. It's going to have a lot of other characters. Ant-Man's going to be in the film. Paul Rudd. Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman. Spider-Man is going to be in the movie, played by Tom Holland. Jeremy Renner's going to be in the movie. Hawkeye. Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson, of course. Anthony Mackie's going to play Falcon. Don Cheadle plays War Machine. A lot of big names in this movie. A lot of superheroes in this film. But I'll read you the premise of the movie. 1 year after the events of Avengers Age of Ultron, another international incident involving Steve Rogers and the Avengers results in collateral damage, prompting politicians to form a system of accountability and a governing body to determine when to call in the Avengers, which results in the fracturing of the team into two opposing factions. One led by Rogers, who wishes to operate without regulation, and one led by Tony Stark, who supports government oversight, while they attempt to protect the world from a new enemy. Looks very intriguing. You're either on Captain America's side or Iron Man's side, pretty much, is the feel of this movie. So I'm really looking forward to the film. Marvel can do no wrong in my eyes, that's for sure. The next movie I'm looking forward to here is coming out May 13th. And that is going to be The Free State of Jones. I saw a TV spot for this film, and it looks good. It is a biopic, sort of. It's kind of a biopic. It's based on a true story. It's a Civil War action drama film. And it stars Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey right now, he can do no wrong. Matthew McConaughey, right now, he can do no wrong. I mean, he really can't. Dallas Buyers Club was a big hit for him. And he's had a lot of other hits as well. Interstellar was a hit for him. So, McConaughey's doing real well right now. So the plot of the movie reads like this. After surviving the 1862 Battle of Corinth during the Civil War, Newton Knight, a poor farmer from Mississippi, leads a group of small farmers and local slaves in an armed rebellion against the Confederacy in Jones County. Knight subsequently marries former slave Rachel. He establishes a mixed-race community unique to the post-war South. So, I'm looking forward to this film, definitely. And McConaughey's a good actor anyway, so I'm definitely going to look forward to that. Next movie on my list is a movie called Money Monster. It's a drama film, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I've seen the plot for it, the premise. I haven't seen a trailer for it yet, but it's got some brand names in it. George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Jack O'Connell, and others as well. The plot reads like this. Financial TV personality Lee Gates, who offers up stock advice on his hit show Money Monster, is held hostage by a viewer, Kyle Budwell, who lost all of his money following a bad trip from Lee during his show. So, it definitely looks interesting, and I will definitely check it out. The next movie on my list that I'm looking forward to is actually to kind of be interested in it. It's kind of a biopic. It's a movie called Snowden. And it is based on the true story of Edward Snowden. The true story follows Edward Snowden, an American computer professional who leaked classified information from the National Security Agency, or NSA, to The Guardian in June 2013. So, I heard a lot about this story in the news, about Edward Snowden. A lot of people thought he was a traitor for what he did. I think it'll be interesting to see how they portray him on film. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to be playing Edward Snowden in this film. And this movie is coming out May 13th. So, I'm looking forward to it. Next movie on the list that is coming out May 20th, I believe. Yeah, May 20th. Is... Actually, I kind of am curious about it. The Angry Birds movie. They're making a movie based on the Angry Birds. That's Hollywood, though. I mean, Hollywood will take anything that's popular and make it into a movie. They'll do it. I mean, so the Angry Birds movie, it looks good. I mean, I saw a trailer for it, and it looks interesting. I mean, I'll definitely check it out. I don't think it's one of those movies I won't check out in theaters, but maybe later on I'll check it out. But, this movie has an all-star cast. Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Maya Rudolph, Peter Dinklage, Kate McKinnon, and more. So, I'm looking forward to the Angry Birds movie. I am, not in theaters. I don't want to see it in theaters, but I will definitely see it outside of theaters for sure at some point. So, the Angry Birds movie is one I'm looking forward to. One of the movies I'm really looking forward to coming out the week of May 20th is the sequel to Neighbors. Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising. Neighbors was a really good comedy from a couple years ago. I watched it a few months ago, and I really enjoyed Neighbors. I thought it was very funny. Seth Rogen was a big star in the film. So I'm looking forward to the second one. Again, comedy sequels, they're very hard to come by in terms of comedy sequels being better than the originals. But with me, I'm actually a rare case because I actually like sequels better than I like the original movies. I like sequels better than the originals. I actually do. Anchorman 2, I liked better than the first one. I thought it was funnier. And there's a few other cases as well. But Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising, I am definitely looking forward to it. Seth Rogen, Zac Efron, and Rose Byrne come back in this film. And Chloe Grace Moretz is also going to be in the movie as well. She's a new actress in the film. So, instead of the plot of the movie is Mac and Kelly Radner reunite with Teddy and Pete to help battle the sorority sisters who move into their neighboring house. Excuse me. So, I'm looking forward to Neighbors 2. I really am. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Next movie on the list is The Nice Guys. I saw a trailer of this movie. It's an action thriller movie, The Nice Guys, and it looks very interesting. It stars Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, and the plot of the movie reads like this. The film takes place in 1970s Los Angeles, when down on his luck private eye Holland March, Ryan Gosling, and hired enforcer Jackson Healy, Russell Crowe, must work together to solve the case of a missing girl, Margaret Qualley, and the seemingly unrelated death of a porn star. During their investigation, they uncover a shocking conspiracy that reaches up to the highest circles of power. So I'm looking forward very much to The Nice Guys. Next movie I'm looking forward to that is definitely... It's part of a franchise. It's like the 7th or 8th movie in the franchise, and I've only seen the first movie in this franchise. I gotta see the other ones. Is X-Men Apocalypse. A big movie, another big comic book movie coming out this year. May 27th is the date of when the movie's coming out. So X-Men Apocalypse, I'm definitely looking forward to this movie. I gotta see the other ones first, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the movie. A lot of the people from the last 2 X-Men movies are back in this movie. James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, and some new people. Oscar Isaac plays Apocalypse. Olivia Munn plays Psylocke, and many others as well. So I am definitely, once I watch I'm looking forward to Apocalypse, but once I watch the other X-Men movies in a row, I'll definitely understand the movie for one thing. So I gotta go back and revisit the X-Men films. Revisit the first one and then watch the other ones, which I've never watched before. So there you go. Next movie on the list is USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage, coming out April 27th. I've heard of this movie. Kind of have heard of it. It's a Nicolas Cage film. I mean, Nicolas Cage is one of my favorites. I really like him as an actor and all that. He's a very fine actor. And Nicolas Cage is in the movie, Tom Sizemore, Thomas Jane, and there are a few others as well. But the main guy is Nicolas Cage anyway. But it's a war film, and it definitely looks interesting. So that's it for the month of May. Now I'm going to get into June. So the month of June. June 3rd, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is coming out of the shadows. Again, I mean, this is a movie. I never did watch the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in 2014. I have not watched that movie yet. I'm going to have to check it out, though. But this one looks interesting. Megan Fox comes back from the first movie. Will Arnett comes back from the first movie. And there's a few others. The people who play the Turtles, they come back from the first movie as well. Some new characters. Tyler Perry is a new character. He was not in the first movie. And, so yeah, I'm looking forward to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. There's another sequel here coming out May 10th. And I have not seen the original movie. Now You See Me 2 is coming out May 10th, and June 10th, pardon me. And I've never seen the first Now You See Me. I want to see it, definitely, but haven't seen it yet. But Mark Ruffalo, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Lizzie Kaplan, Daniel Radcliffe, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Caine are going to be in Now You See Me 2. Some of those people are back from the first movie. But yeah, Now You See Me 2. Next movie on the list. Actually, this is one I'm just going to mention. It's not an anticipated movie of mine, but I'm just going to mention it because it definitely is big among video game fans. Warcraft, coming out June 10th as well. A lot of people are hoping that this Warcraft movie is going to be as good as the games and all that, as World of Warcraft. As a person who's never watched World of Warcraft, I'm not interested in the movie. I'm not part of that demographic of fan. I'm not a fan of Warcraft at all. Never really played it, so I won't be seeing the movie. Probably not anyway, but I just wanted to mention it because it's definitely a big movie in 2016 for sure. The next movie on this list could be a funny comedy. Coming out June 17th, Central Intelligence. And this is a comedy starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart really did impress me in Get Hard. He was quite good in that movie along with Will Ferrell. Before that, I never was really a big fan of his. I'm not a big fan of his stand-up anyway, but he impressed me in Get Hard. Let's see what he can do in Central Intelligence. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he saved the Fast and the Furious franchise. If he hadn't come in for Fast 5, the franchise probably wouldn't have survived, because he breathed it. It was a breath of fresh air into the franchise that almost died basically after 4. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was very good coming into Fast 5 for sure, and he saved the franchise and all that. And Central Intelligence, starring these two, it does have the potential to be a funny comedy. We'll see how it is. Anyway, but the plot reads like this. The film follows Bob Dwayne Johnson, a one-time bullied geek who grew up to be a lethal CIA agent, coming home for his high school reunion. Claiming to be on a top secret case, he enlists the help of the former big man on campus, Kevin Hart, now an accountant who misses his glory days. But before the accountant realizes what he's getting into, it's too late to get out, as his increasingly unpredictable new friend drags him through a world of shootouts, double crosses, and espionage that could get them both killed in more ways than he can count. So I am definitely looking forward to Central Intelligence. The next movie on my list is going to be the next Pixar film. In 2015, there were 2 Pixar films released, Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur, which got great. Inside Out got great reviews. The Good Dinosaur got good reviews. So these movies were very well. But this will be the next Pixar movie in the Pixar family, and that's going to be Finding Dory. A lot of people loved Finding Nemo. I grew up with Finding Nemo. I really enjoyed Finding Nemo growing up and all that. So we'll have to see how Finding Dory comes along, because Dory was such a beloved character in Finding Nemo. Ellen DeGeneres played Dory in Finding Nemo. She's going to be playing Dory once again in Finding Dory. Albert Brooks will be playing Nemo. And some new characters: Diane Keaton, Ty Burrell, William Dafoe. William Dafoe actually was a character from Finding Nemo. But Diane Keaton and Ty Burrell are new characters in this film. So Finding Dory, I'm looking forward to that. Next movie coming out May 24th. Finding Dory, by the way, is coming out May 17th. Same week as Central Intelligence. The week of May 24th is going to be a big week for one movie in particular. One movie in particular I'm looking forward to, and that is Independence Day Resurgence. I watched the first Independence Day a long time ago. I remember enjoying it. I'm gonna have to revisit it again, but yeah, Independence Day 2 is coming out June 24th, and Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman both returned from the first film, but a noticeable absence is Will Smith. Will Smith was in the first Independence Day, not going to be back for Independence Day Resurgence. And that was because he was filming Suicide Squad, a movie I'll be talking about later on this list. So he was busy with filming for Suicide Squad and all that, so he could not be in this movie, be in Independence Day 2. But yeah, I saw a trailer for Independence Day 2, and I was really impressed. This movie looks good. So I'm looking forward to it for sure. So that is it for the month of June of movies I'm anticipating for sure. And I definitely this is it for the month for April through June. This is it for this video. Next video, I'm going to be looking into the third quarter of movies, July through September. So stay tuned for that. That's it for this video. D-Rock 1992 out.